Welcome, friends. Myself, Professor Shantaya Gurmat, Department of Botany, MGVC Arts, Commerce and Science College, Muddebihar, Karnataka State. Today's class we discuss about Part 4, Bryophytes. The best example is Markensia. The example Markensia, it comes under division Bryophyta, class Hepaticopsida, order Markensiales, family Markensiaceae, the genus Markensia. Markensia is a bryophyte. It is an advanced liverwort. Markensia includes about 65 species. Of these, 11 species are reported from India. Then occurrence. It is cosmopolitan in distribution. The plants grow best in the moist and shady places near the water banks, in open woodlands and in the burnt soil. Next, we discuss about the thallus structure or external characters of the Markensia thallus. The plant is a haploid gametophyte, the dominant phase in life cycle. The plant body consists of a thallus, rhizoids, and scales. Thallus is fleshy and a dark green in color. The thallus of Markensia is prostrate, dichotomously branched, and dorsiventral. The dorsal surface of the thallus is divided into rhomboidal air chambers, lies below the areolae. See friends, this is the external structure of the Markensia. Dorsal side and ventral side. The dorsal side bears clear midrib and gyma cups. It is a dichotomously branched. And the lower side, the two kinds, one is the scales and rhizoids. Rhizoids are two kinds. One is smooth wound and tuberculated rhizoids. See friends, this is the A is a male plant and B is a female plant. Male plant bears the Antheridium and female plant bears the Archegonium. The thallus bears a conspicuous midrib on its dorsal surface. The midrib ends in a notch at the apex of the thallus, in which growing point is situated. The small cup-like structures called gyma cups arise from the midrib region. The gyma cups bears asexual reproductive bodies known as gymae. Numerous scales and rhizoids arise from the ventral surface of the thallus. The scales are multicellular, flat, purple, plate-like structures. Rhizoids are unicellular, hair-like structures, smooth-walled and tuberculated rhizoids. The rhizoids serve as organs for attachment and absorption of minerals and water from the soil. See friends, this is the gyma cup and along with gymae. Next, we discuss about the internal structure of Markensia thallus. Markensia thallus shows two distinct regions. One is a dorsal photosynthetic region and ventral storage region. First, we discuss about dorsal photosynthetic region. The uppermost layer of the photosynthetic region is upper epidermis. It is single layered. It is made up of compactly arranged thin walled cells. These cells are green. Upper epidermis is interrupted by many openings called air pores. The air pores are barrel shaped. These pores are analogous to stomata. See friends, this is the internal structure of the thallus. This is the upper portion is photosynthetic region and the air pores, air chambers are present and then the air pores are present with number of photosynthetic filaments are present. This is the upper epidermis interrupted by number of air chambers. Each pore is surrounded by 4 rows of epidermis cells arranged in the form of rings of 4 to 8 tiers, one above the other. The air chambers are separated from each other by means of partitions which connect the upper epidermis with the inner cells. The partitions are 3 or 4 cells in height. From the floor of the air chamber arise assimilatory filaments or photosynthetic filaments. The upper epidermis is protective in function, assimilatory or photosynthetic in function. Next, we discuss about storage region. Below the photosynthetic region is a ventral region of the thallus. It is composed of compactly arranged thin-walled parenchymatous cells. The cells are polygonal in shape. Some other cells are filled with oil called oil cells. Other cells contain mucilaginous substance and they are known as mucilage cells. The main function of this region is the storage of food materials such as starch, protein, mucilage and oil. Lower epidermis is composed of a single layer of compactly arranged cells. Rhizoids and scales arise from the lower epidermis. The rhizoids are two kinds, smooth-walled and tuberculated rhizoids. They absorb water from soil and scales preserve moisture below the soil of the thallus. See friends, this is the internal structure of the Markensia thallus. Each pore is surrounded by 4 rows of epidermal cells arranged in the form of rings. Next friends, we discuss about reproduction in Markensia. In Markensia, two types of reproductions. One is vegetative reproduction and another one is sexual reproduction. First, we discuss about vegetative reproduction. It takes place by the following methods. First method is by fragmentation. The progressive death and decay of old portions of the thallus, small young branches get separated off from the parent thallus. These branches grow into an independent gametophyte. The second method is formation of adventitious branches. These are small spatial type of branches arising from any part of the ventral surface of the thallus. These branches are separated from the parent thallus and grow into independent plants. Next one is, the most important one is gymme formation. The most efficient method of vegetative reproduction in Markensia is gymme formation. They are produced in cup-shaped structures known as gyma cups. The gyma cups are situated to midrib region. The margin of the cup is toothed and membranous. Many minute doubly notched lens-shaped bodies called gymme are found attached to the bottom of the cup by means of small stalks. See friends, this is the gyma cup along with number of gymme. Many club-shaped glandular hairs also arise from the bottom of the cup are found intermingled with the gymme inside the cup. They mature gyma in green multicellular lens-shaped structure. It has two deep lateral notches. There is a single growing point in each notch. The mature gymme, on reaching suitable substratum, the rhizoidal cells of gymme develop rhizoids. The meristems present in the two lateral notches grow into two opposite directions. As a result, two daughter plants are formed from a single gyma. The produced from the male gametophyte, it gives rise to male gametophyte. The gyma produced by the female gametophyte develop into new female gametophyte. Next friends, we discuss about sexual reproduction in Markensia. In Markensia, sexual reproduction is oogamous type. In Markensia, the independent plant is a gametophyte. The male and female sex organs are produced in separate plants. Gametophores bears male sex organs is called enthydiophore. The enthydiophores are produced on male gametophytes. The gametophores bears female sex organs is called archegoniophore. The archegoniophores are produced on female gametophytes. See friends, this is the male and female gametophytes. One is enthydiophore and another one is archegoniophore. Next, first we discuss about the enthydiophore. The erect branch that bears enthrydia is called enthydiophore. Each enthydiophore consists of a stalk and disc of receptacle. The stalk is cylindrical. It is 2 to 3 centimeters long. The receptacle is flat and it has 8 lobes. Each lobe has a single row of enthrydia. The vertical section of Enteridio-4, it shows the internal structure of the gametophyte. The outermost layer of the male receptacle is the epidermis. It is interrupted by many barrel-shaped air pores below the epidermis. Assimilator chambers are present. Each entheridial chamber has a single entheridium and it opens out through a air pore called ostiole. Next we discuss about mature entheridium. It consists of small stalk and a rounded body called capsule. It is produced singly in entheridial chamber, a male receptacle. The entheridium is surrounded by a single layer of jacket or entheridial wall. The sterile layer encloses enterocyte mother cells. Each enterocyte mother cell divides to produce two enterocytes. Each enterocyte develops into biflagellate enterozoid. Each enterozoid is elongated rod-like, uninucleate and biflagellate. The enterozoids move water with the help of their flagella. See friends, this is the vertical section of Enteridio-4 and along with structure of mature entheridium. Next we discuss about Archegonia-4. The erect branch that bears the Archegonia is called Archegonia-4. It is produced in the female gametophyte. It consists of stalk and disc or star-shaped female receptacle. The internal structure of the Archegonia-4 similar to the Enteridio-4. The mature female receptacle bears 8 lobes. Each lobe bears single row of 12 to 14 archegonia on the upper surface. The archegonia are produced in acropetal order. The young archegonia are found on the periphery and old archegonia are found in the center. Next we discuss about mature archegonium. It is a flask-shaped structure. It consists of a basal stalk, a swollen venter and a long narrow neck. The archegonium is attached to the receptacle by the stalk. The venter consists of an egg and ventral canal cell. The neck has 4 to 8 canal cells. The neck has 4 cover cells or lid cells. In mature archegonium, the neck canal and ventral canal cell disorganize, forming a mucilaginous fluid. The mucilage can absorb water, oozes out of the neck forcing apart the cover cells. See friends, this is the vertical section of the Archegonia-4 and this is the structure of the Archegonia-4 photography. Next friend, we discuss about fertilization. Fertilization takes place in the presence of water. The neck and neck canal disorganize to form a clear passage for the entry of enterozoids into the egg. Finally, only one sperm or enterozoid fuses with the egg to form zygote. Next, we discuss about the sporophyte. Sporophyte is the first of the sporophytic generation. The zygote further divides to form glandular embryo. This embryo is then differentiated into mature sporophyte called sporogonium. The sporogonium has 3 distinct parts, namely a basal foot, intermediate seta and a terminal capsule. First we discuss about foot. Foot is a basal expanded portion of the sporogonium. It is attached to the basal storage region of the female gametophyte. It serves as the anchoring and absorptive organ for the sporophyte. Next, seta. It is the middle portion of the sporogonium. It connects the capsule and the foot. Towards maturity, seta grows rapidly and pushes the sporogonium downwards. The calyptra ruptures and sporogonium hangs freely at the ventral surface of the receptacle. Lastly, we discuss about capsule. The fertile region of the sporogonium is the capsule. It is yellow in color and spherical in shape. The outer wall of the capsule is called capsule wall. It is composed of sterile cells. See friends, this is the structure of the capsule. Foot, seta and capsule, and it is protected by an calyptra and each capsule contains number of spores and along with elaters. Inner to the capsule, sporogenous tissue. Some cells of the sporogenous tissue develop into the spore mother cells and some others develops into an elater mother cells. The elater mother cells develop into the elaters. Elaters readily absorb moisture from the atmosphere and are said to be hygroscopic. The elaters helps in the descent of mature capsule and in the gradual dispersal of spores from the capsule. Next, we discuss about the meiospore or haploid spore. Each spore mother cell undergoes by the process of meiosis to form 4 meiospores. Meiospores are haploid. The meiospores is a round thick-walled cells. The spore wall 2 layers, outer thick exine and inner thin intine. Meiospores contain a single nucleus and reserve food. These meiospores germinate into the gametophyte. See friends, this is the germination of meiospore. Next, lastly, we discuss about the life cycle of Markensia. Markensia thallus is gametophyte and sex organs are developed in 2 different thalli. The sex organs are developed in specialized structures. Male one is an antheridophore and female is an archegoniophore. And archegoniophore bears the archegonia and antheridophore bears the antheridia. Antheridia produce the male gamete, that is the antherozoid, and archegonia produce the egg. Archegonia and egg and the male sperm fuses to form the zygote. That process is known as fertilization. Then the development of that is a sporophyte. Then each sporophyte contains spore mother cells by the process of meiosis, and it produces the meiospores and along with elaters, and the spores are germinate and to produce the 2 respective plants. 2 spores produce the male gametes and other 2 spores produce the female gamete, and this is the life cycle of Markensia. Life cycle in Markensia shows a distinct alternation of generation in its life cycle. The haploid gametophytic generation alternates with a diploid sporophytic generation. The vegetative reproduction by number of methods. Sexually, it reproduces by gametes. Male and female gametes fuses to form the zygote. The zygote divides and gives rise to sporophyte. The sporophyte produces spores by meiosis, and spores are haploid. The gametophyte and sporophyte are morphologically dissimilar. Hence, the life cycle of Markensia is known as heteromorphic. Okay, thank you friends. So we meet in the next video. Thank you.